Here you cannot implement the same plan for internal and external. You will have to come out with different plans for internal environment, at the same time different plans for external environment. You want to manufacture 1000 products and you want to sell it. So what you do to manufacture 1000 products, you will list different alternative course of action. That is identifying alternatives. Budget is nothing but whatever plans you have done, it will give numerical values to those plans. Hello everyone, this is Purna Chandra, Faculty Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram. So we are dealing with the subject management principles and practice. We are dealing with the second unit, that is planning and decision making, and this is the second session in the second unit. So we will start. So here, to recap, in the first session we understood the meaning and definition of planning. We also understood the purpose of planning, the features of planning, and importance of planning. So today's agenda is mainly steps in the planning process, which is a very important question from your examination point of view. And we'll also be understanding the objectives of plans and types of plans. So we will start today's session with steps in the planning process. So there are 8 different steps in the planning process which are interdependent. That is, it has to come in a particular sequence. We will understand them one by one. The first one is being aware of opportunity, selecting objective or goals, considering planning premises, identifying alternatives, comparing alternatives, choosing an alternative, formulating the supporting plans, and the last one is numbering plans by making budgets. So now we will come one by one. So the first step in the planning process is being aware of opportunity. So we will understand this. The first step in planning process is that there should be awareness of these 4 factors, that is market, competition, what customers want, our strengths and weakness. So being aware of opportunity, that is, when you want to plan, you should have awareness regarding these 4 things, that is market. What is the present condition in the market? What is the demand of a particular product in the market? What is the price of a particular product in the market? You should have awareness regarding that, that is market. Then competition, that is what kind of products your competitors are manufacturing and selling. What is the price of your competitor product? You should have awareness regarding such things, that is competition. And you should also have awareness regarding what customers want, that is you should understand the taste and preferences of the customers, what kind of product they want, what are the attitudes and feelings of customers, so that you can come out with a product that customers want. So you should have awareness regarding what is the taste and preferences of the customers. You should be having some idea or some knowledge or awareness regarding that. Then you should also know what is your strengths and weakness. That is, when you get to know what is your strengths, you can capitalize on your strengths when planning. And at the same time, when you know what is your weakness, you can select a course of action where you can convert your weakness into strengths. So this is basically the first step in planning, that you should be aware of the opportunity in the market. So when you got the knowledge regarding these things, you can create an opportunity and you can take that opportunity. So next one, the second step is setting objectives or goals. That is, this is mainly concerned with where we want to be, what we want to accomplish, and when. Now for example, you want to make 1 crore profit. That is where we want to be. You want to reach 1 crore profit. So what you do, you come out with a plan and you decide that in order to make 1 crore profit, you will have to produce 1000 products. So this is what you want to accomplish, and when, within how many years you want to accomplish this goal. Maybe 1 year. This is when. That is, where we want to be is 1 crore profit, what we want to accomplish is 1000 products, and when is within 1 year. This is setting objectives or goals. Now we'll go to the third step in planning process, that is considering planning premises. So here you have to consider whether you want to plan for the internal environment or the external environment. So we will understand this. You decide in what environment your plans have to operate, whether it is internal environment or your external environment, because here you cannot implement the same plan for internal and external. You will have to come out with different plans for internal environment, at the same time different plans for external environment. So internal environment, mainly it consists of customers, suppliers, competitors or employees who directly affect the activities of the company. At the same time, the external environment is mainly concerned with technological, economic, social, political, legal environment which are outside the business but may have any impact on the business activities. So here you cannot come out with the same plan for internal as well as external. You have to decide for what premises, whether internal or external, you are planning. This is considering planning premises. So next is identifying alternatives. Now you have decided to plan. Now you come out with various alternatives. You identify what are the most promising alternatives to accomplish your objectives. That is, you want to manufacture 1,000 products and you want to sell it. So what you do to manufacture 1,000 products, you will list different alternative course of action. That is identifying alternatives. Suppose you list 10 different alternative course of actions in which you can manufacture 1,000 products and sell those 1,000 products. Next, what you do is comparing the alternatives. You compare various alternatives available to see which alternative will give us the best chance of meeting our goals at the lowest cost and highest profit. Now you have listed 10 different alternatives. Now you want to select only one alternative. What you do? You compare between those alternatives. Which alternative will give you maximum profit in minimum cost? That alternative you will choose. So this is called choosing an alternative. Out of the 10 alternatives you have listed, you compared between each one of them, and finally you came to know that one alternative will give you maximum profit at minimum cost. So you will choose that alternative. This is choosing an alternative. So selecting the course of action which you will pursue. So this is the sixth step. Next one is formulating supporting plans. What does this mean? Now you have come out with a main plan and you want to formulate supporting plans to support the main plan. Like what? To buy equipments. You have to plan to buy equipments. You want to produce 1,000 products, you need equipments. So you will plan how many equipments I will need. For example, you might require 5 equipments. So you will plan to buy 5 equipments. This is supporting plans. Next, you need raw materials. For example, to produce 1,000 products, you might require 500 kgs. You might require 500 kgs of raw materials. So you will plan to buy 500 kgs of raw materials. Hire and train workers. For example, your plan is to produce 1,000 products. So you might require 100 workers. So what you will do? You will hire these 100 workers and you will give them training. So this is hire and train workers. Develop a new product. So you will also plan. You are developing a new product. There might be some other kind of plans which will support to develop a new product. Such plans also you will come out. This is called formulating supporting plans. So next we go for numbering plans by making budget. So budget is nothing but, what is the basic meaning of budget is, it is an estimation of income and expenditure for a particular period of time. So we will understand this. Develop budgets such as volume and prices of sales. That is, how many products you want to sell and at what price. You are giving numbers to your plans. That is numbering plans by making budget. So volume means, for example, you want to produce 1,000 products and sell. That is, the 1,000 number is the volume. And price of sales, each product for how many rupees you are selling. For example, 100 rupees per unit or 200 rupees per unit. You are giving numerical values. Next is operating expenses necessary for plans. That is, to carry out the operations you require money. For example, you will have to give money to the workers, you have to pay them salary. At that same time, you will have to pay for the raw materials, for the electricity bills, water bills, whatever it is. You give some numerical numbers to that expenses, that is operating expenses. Then expenditure for equipment. For example, to carry out the procedure, you will have to invest lots of money on equipment. So you give numerical terms in terms of expenditure, how much money you require for the equipments, how many equipments you want. Suppose you want to install 5 equipments, what is the cost of each equipment? Everything you will give numerical numbers. This is numbering plans by making budget. So this is the end of steps in planning process. There are 8 different steps which you have to write down. So next we are going to the next topic, that is objectives of planning. It reduces uncertainty. Obviously, it reduces uncertainty because environment in which business operates is uncertain. So when you do better planning, you can deal with uncertain events in future. Brings cooperation and coordination. Obviously, when planning is done well, there will be cooperation and coordination between different departments within an organization, like your marketing department, production department, your finance department. There will be better cooperation and coordination when planning is done well. Next, reduces competition. What is the meaning of this? Obviously, when you plan, there will be optimum utilization of resources and you come out with maximum products and quality products. When you give quality products to the market, what happens? Everyone is preferring your products. So your competitors are not able to compete with you. You are the market leader. So it reduces competition. This is the meaning. So next we go for achieving predetermined goals. What does this mean? That is, you have one goal of making 1 crore profit. So to achieve that goal, that predetermined goal, planning is helping. So this is predetermined goals. Next is economy in operation. So when planning is done well, the basic motto with which a manager comes out with a plan is to see that everything is done in an economic way. There is no wastage of raw materials, there is no wastage of time. So there is no wastage of any other kind of equipments, because the main reason is you have given money for raw materials. You have given money for raw materials, you are paying wages or salary to the workers. You don't want that money to be wasted. So what planning does is, the main objective of planning is, it ensures that all the activities or operations are carried out in an economic way. Next is anticipates unpredictable contingency. What is the meaning of this contingency? Means emergency. That is, when planning is done right, you keep certain funds, especially for the time of emergency. So there is any kind of emergency, a fire breaks out in your factory, or there is any other kind of, there's an earthquake, your factory building has collapsed. During those times, you can make use of that emergency funds so that you can survive. So this is called anticipate unpredictable contingency. So these are the objectives of planning. Objective means with what intention you are planning. These are the things. So next we will go for types of plans. So basically it is classified into 2 types. Single use plan and standing plan. We will see one by one. Single use plan. They are specific plan which are meant to solve non-recurring particular problem. That is, these plans are drafted just for one-time use. That is, they are used for situation which are non-recurring, which will not repeat. So they are developed for one-time project or event. The duration depends upon the project, like 1 day, 1 week or 1 month. So usually what happens, these kinds of plans, once they are implemented and the work is over, that is the end of the plan. So for example, advertising campaign. That is, you come out with an advertisement for a product. So once the advertisement is broadcasted, the next year you don't have to broadcast the same advertisements. You have to come out with new concept. So that is single use plan. So advertisements, usually what they do, they will use once for 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. After 1 month, they will change the advertisements. So that is advertising campaign. Single use plan is only used once. The duration may be 1 day, 1 week or 1 month, not more than that. So next you go for standing plans. They are used for those activities which occur regularly over a period of time. It is designed once and retain their value over a period of time, undergoing revisions and updates. It is developed once but modified from time to time. So standing plans means once they draft the standing plan, they will not discard it like the single use plan. They will modify it, or they will retain it over a period of time. They will undergo certain revisions and updates. That is, they will update the plan, they will do revisions, they will modify, but they will not discard. They will keep the same plan with some revisions or modification. that is standing plans. So we will understand one by one, that is objectives, strategy, policy, procedure, rule, method, program and budget. So we will understand this one by one. So here you see objectives. Objectives are the end result the management seeks to achieve by its operations. That is, for example, objectives means managers, they're doing some activities with a particular objective. For example, 20% return on investment. What does this mean? 20% return on investment means, for example, they have invested rupees 100 for a particular product. So what is 20% of rupees 100? That is rupees 20. So the total will become, so I have invested rupees 100 and I am expecting a return of rupees 20. That is 20% of 100 is 20. So the total is rupees 120. That is, he should sell the product for rupees 120 so that he gets 20% return on investment. So this is the objective. So increase sales target by 10%. Increase sales target by 10%. That is, for example, your sales for the previous year was 100. You were selling 100 products in the previous year. Now in your objective you have stated that you have to increase the sales by 10%. What is 10% of 100? That is 10. So in total you will have to sell 110 products this year so that the sales target is increased by 10%. So this is called objectives. Next we go for strategy. What is strategy? Strategy is a comprehensive plan that determines long-term objectives. It adopts a particular course of action and allocates resources necessary to achieve the objectives. So what is strategy? I will give an example. Now you are manufacturing and selling a particular product. Now you want to increase the sales. You come out with a particular strategy. Like what? I will explain. Buy 2 get 1 free, or shop for rupees 5,000 and get 1,000 rupees off. This is strategy. With this strategy, what you are doing, you are promoting the sales. So, or buy a shampoo, you get a face wash free. So these are the strategies. So you buy 2, you get 1 free, or you purchase any product for rupees 10,000 and you get a product worth rupees 2,000 free. These are the strategies that are used in planning. Next is policy. What does policy means? Policy are general statement that guide thinking and defines the boundaries within which the decisions are to be made. So what the manager or the top level managers, they'll come out with certain policies. So decisions taken by any managers, that is middle level or supervisory level or workers, should be within a particular sequence, should be within a particular boundary. Like what? There is no credit sales. What is the meaning of this? That is, if any person comes, he wants to buy the product of your company, he has to give the money and take the product. There is nothing like I'll give it to you in credit, you can pay me later. So that is a policy. Promotion is based on merit only. That is, workers are working well in your organization. The rules regarding promotion is only based on merit. So if you are doing your work well, obviously you will be promoted. Otherwise, you will not be promoted. Like some persons, what they do, they come to the manager, they try to bribe them or give them money so that they get promotion. So here the policy itself is stating that promotion is based on merit. That is, if he has got the merit, he will be promoted. Otherwise, he will not be promoted. This is the policy. Next, procedure. A procedure is a chronological sequence of routine steps on how to carry out activities which are designed activities to execute policies and achieve objectives. So procedure, it is a chronological sequence of routine. I will explain this with an example. For example, selection procedure. Now there is vacancy in your organization. You want to select certain persons for those vacancies. So what you will do, you will state a selection procedure. So selection procedure will mention that first they have to apply with the resume. Then they will have to come. They will have to face aptitude test. After aptitude test, there will be a group discussion. After group discussion, there will be an interview, and later on, finally they'll be selected. So this is a selection procedure. So here there is a chronological sequence of steps. That is, first they have to apply, then they have to get the aptitude test. After clearing that, they have to go for group discussion. After clearing the group discussion, they will have to go for interview, and ultimately they will be selected. Everything is in a chronological form. This is called procedure. So next we will go for rule. Rules are specific rigid statements that form what is to be done and what not to be done. Rules ensure discipline in the organization. No smoking in the office premises or no using cell phones. Now, what happens? Your top level managers, they will frame the rule that you are not supposed to smoke inside the premises, or you are not supposed to use cell phones during work. Suppose someone violates the rule that he is using mobile phones inside the workplace, then he can be given certain punishment. So the rules, what they do, they ensure discipline in the organization. This is rules. That is, what is to be done and what not to be done. So if a person is doing what not to be done, then he will have to face certain punishments, like his salary might be cut or he might be suspended for few days. This is rules. Next is method. Methods provide the prescribed way or manner in which a task can be performed considering the objective in order to save time, save money, save effort, efficiency. So to produce a particular product, there will be different methods, but you should select one particular method. That is, it should save time, at the same time it should save money, it should also save effort, and it should increase efficiency. Efficiency means you are making as much less use of raw materials and you are coming out with maximum and quality output. That is efficiency. So you should select a method which involves these things. It should save time, money, effort, and it should increase the efficiency. So when you select such kind of methods, you can do well. So for example, training methods like on the job and off the job. For example, to train the workers in the organization, you can go for on the job or off the job. On the job means you're training them during the work. Off the job means they'll be trained outside the workplace, that is in the form of vestibule training or your simulation training or your classroom lecture. This is regarding method. So next we go for program. A program may consist of detailed list of projects like objectives, policies, procedures, rules, tasks, physical resources. Program is required to implement a particular course of action. So usually what program means? Together the cumulative of what we have learned till now, that is your objectives, policy, procedure, rules, tasks, your physical and human resource. Physical is your raw materials, human resources, the workers. So all together we call it as program. So the combined thing of all the plans which we have learned till now together constitute program. So next is budget. A budget is a statement of expected results expressed in numerical terms for a definite period of time in the future. For example, sales budget, production budget, and advertising budget. So budget basically is an estimate of the income and expenditure within a period of time for the company. So budget is a statement of expected results expressed in numerical terms for a definite period of time. Now you want to sell a particular product. So you come out with a sales budget. That is how much you are investing in sales and how much you might get from sales. That is, for example, now you invest in rupees 1 crore to produce 1000 products. After selling those 1000 products, how much money you will get, that will be mentioned in the sales budget. Similarly, production budget, how much you are investing in the production process. That is, to produce 1000 products, how much you are investing for the raw materials, how much salary you are paying for the workers. At the same time, how much money you are giving for the operations to be carried out, like how much you are investing in machineries, plant and machineries. That is production budget. Advertising budget means you are coming out with an advertisement. So free of cost it will not happen. You will have to give certain money to the advertising agencies and you will have to pay in crores for the celebrities. For example, if there is any cricketer or a Bollywood celebrity in your advertisement, you will have to pay them. So you come out with advertising budget. That is how much you are investing on advertisements. Budget is nothing but whatever plans you have done, it will give numerical values to those plans. It is a statement of income and expenditure for a particular period of time for the company. This is budget. So with this, we are done with today's topics. In the next class, I'll be explaining decision making, importance and steps, and MBO and MBE. That's all for today's session. Thank you.